Udio updated their terms of service. I'm looking at what limitations, what are the no-nos, at what point when one of you gets sued because you use this platform and the melody was like too close to the Universal song and Universal's now suing you. If you're using this, if you're doing the thing, please, make sure you just... Udio was actually the first platform where I did a terms of service review back in March of 2024, and they've since updated their terms of service. Now, the terms of service, why do you care? This is the contract that you sign when you use this platform. And in the realm of you creating cool things, putting it on the internet, putting it on music platforms, we just want to make sure that you are protected and that you have, like, I don't know, a plan long term to be able to monetize what you create. So as I've been going through these different contracts for these different AI music platforms, I'm looking at, can you use your stuff commercially? Can you put it on music platforms? What limitations? What are the no-nos that you cannot do? Okay, because I want you to not get into trouble with these platforms. So if you're excited, get your gavels, give this video a big thumbs up. Let's go. All right, so the last time that the terms of service were updated were actually May. So this is the third update that we've done, but I'm gonna go through it with you. So that's why it says May, because I did a little comparison. I'm a lawyer, okay? And so what I do is that when I'm reviewing new contracts, I compare them and I go, what's new about this one? So again, this is a contract. When you click the little I agree button, you are agreeing to the contract that is on the website, which happens to be this one. So it goes, hey, letting you know, all this good stuff. So I highlighted in the same kind of way. I do this for my clients, right? Through my law firm, I send them little videos just like this. And I'm just going to explain stuff that you really need to know. All right. So starting with in section 1, it goes the services, basically using Udio. This allows you to put in prompts. What you get out of it are called input content. When you put in your pictures, your audio files, your lyrics, like anything that it allows you to input, that's going to then be your input content. And what we're going to talk about is that for a lot of these platforms, you now have the ability to input your own music. And in doing that, I'm worried, and there's stuff you need to know. So we're going to talk about that. And then what comes out is called the output. All right. Now, here it goes. You agree that we may use your input stuff, right? So it might be your song, your lyrics, your whatever. And the output is then used to train our AI for purposes of our services. And for me, I'm a creative. I've made music for a long time, and I still make music. For me, these companies that put in these contracts that they're going to use my music to train their AI, and then we're going to get to it. Spoiler alert, it's going to say, we're going to use your music to potentially help create other people's outputs. And so I go, logically, what that is literally saying is my music could end up in someone else's song. And so I get very, very worried about using these platforms for that reason. Even though very much would love to put in a quick instrumental, get some ideas for melodies, you know what I'm saying? But you guys got to keep this in mind, because I know this is how you're using these platforms. So it goes on, the services may allow you to download copies of other people's outputs. Again, whatever you do on this platform may end up in other people's music. They might download your outputs, right? Just because that's what this platform apparently does. So we're keeping a note of that. All right, so we scroll down. When you guys see red, I ran a red line. So red is what is new. This is what's been newly added. So they go, you may create, you can manage more than one account. However, you cannot have more than one account if it's on the free tier. So I was reading this and I go, look, the reason why these companies end up making updates to their terms of service is usually because something happened. Maybe they got sued. Maybe they had a problem with customers. So there's always a reason why they've made these changes. And so I go, well, I'm assuming they made this change because some people are kind of abusing the free tier and they're setting up lots of different accounts. So they go, look, you're cool to create multiple accounts, but we really don't want you doing this to try to like usurp us and to basically have a bunch of freebies. So they added that in. If you're needing legal help, feel free to reach out to Delgado Entertainment Law, which is my firm. We offer free case evaluations with our case managers. So just meaning you don't have to make any kind of commitment. We'll just see how we can help you. Feel free to call us. You can text, you can email. We look forward to hearing from you. Now, restrictions on your use of the services. They also added the following. They go, hey, it's not okay for you to impersonate or attempt to impersonate someone else using our services. This includes by providing inputs that you do not have authority to use, or by providing inputs to attempt to create outputs that impersonates someone else without their authorization. On a recent video, we covered AI voices and how some of these companies, also of which that I'm looking at, they're like, hey, you want to create Taylor Swift's voice? And I'm like, guys, if you see that, there's all kinds of publicity laws that say you cannot do that. You cannot go and use someone's voice without their consent. So that's why these companies are making it real clear in their contracts with you. They're like, hey, we're letting you know you're not allowed to do that. That's no good. So that's actually one of the things that they added here. They also added, you can engage in artificially increasing or manipulating the number of plays, likes, or metrics of your outputs or outputs of other users. All right, so no fakery, no boosting. All right, moving on. This is the hot topic, guys. Ownership and what can you do with this? This is what the current terms say. They go, look, as it relates to our services, the look, feel, our trademarks, all of our stuff, you don't get to do anything with it. We're just letting you use it, and we're fine with that. But then they go, what you generate. So, of what you generate on this platform, good news, you may use your output for personal and commercial purposes. All right, commercial purposes, meaning for profit, to monetize, putting it on Spotify, putting it on your YouTube channel, having ads run on your YouTube channel. Cool. They're saying that, right? You can download a copy, but and closely following right after that, in order for us to let you use the services, we have to get a license from you for your content. And you grant to us and all of our affiliates, successors, assigns, designees, so basically like whoever we decide to give this right to. Let me be clear about this. It's saying you're not only giving the right to Udio, you're also giving the right to whoever Udio says it's going to give the right to. So that's, don't like that, okay? But that's what it says. And then we can also, with the stuff that you make, we can reproduce it, we can publish it, we can distribute it, we can modify it. Like, oh my gosh, okay. For clarity, the grant of right is necessary for us and our assigns and our designees and whoever we want to give the right to. We can also create derivative works. Do I think they're going to like take your song and go make remixes of it? I don't know, but they could, pursuant to that language. All right. And then also, P.S., we're not going to pay you anything else, but we can use anything you make on our platform to advertise, promote, market. It's royalty free. It's fully paid. We're not giving you anything, no compensation for anything. Okay. And so when I'm like, oh my gosh, look at this big net. The big net is being cast on you. You give me all the rights under the sun. Just so you know. Gotta love these terms of service. So moving on, it goes, as for the foregoing license, you grant and agree that other services may have the right to comment and tag on your content. So basically there's like this sharing thing that happens. You're disclaiming any kind of problems that might come up. Here's the credit stuff. They talk about attribution. They go, we reserve the right to identify you to the public, like at any time. For me, I'm like, are you okay with that? You user and how you kind of use this platform right now. Are you okay if this platform is ever like, your song went viral? And they're like, yeah, you made the song on our platform. Understand that you have given the right to this platform to identify you to the public and you can't pull that back. Also, hey, just a quick heads up. Due to the nature of artificial intelligence and machine learning, your output may not be unique and the services may not actually, like, it might appear in someone else's song. When I do consultations with you amazing creatives and you're just like, Johnny in the group is using AI to help come up with whatever, like instrumentals, lyric ideas, melody ideas, and then is going and like recreating the music. It's muddy at best, but here's the thing. Your creation did originate from this platform in one way or another. If you're using it, even if you're like, oh, I'm going to outsmart it and just re-record it, right? Or just kind of tweak it, make it my own. So I'm not actually using the final output. I go, still, we have to keep all the concerns in mind about the good news is it does say you can use it for commercial purposes. Okay. But that's not where the analysis ends. All right. We talk about copyright. We talk about your registrations and protecting yourself. Let me see. I think there was a limitation of liability in here, which just kills me with these contracts because they're like, hey, and also, by the way, there's pretty much no way for you to ever get a meaningful remedy. If there's a problem, you cannot get in a lawsuit in whatever more than $100 or any amount that you had paid to us for the past 6 months of services. So this is why you need to be careful because these companies go, hey, we're letting you have this fun tool. We know you're going to love it. And there's all kinds of things that we're going to have the right to. We're not going to pay you for any of the additional uses of your name, to use your music to train our AI. So you're just giving away those rights. But then also, if something really bad happens, like, I don't know, you get sued because that's a thing. Udio, Suno, I mean, these big AI music companies are getting sued because they're like, hey, you are spitting out songs that sound very similar, if not exact, to other people's real songs, legacy songs. And I'm like, at what point, when one of you gets sued because you use this platform and the melody was like too close to the Universal song and Universal's now suing you? So what I would say, as far as if you're using this, okay, I want to set you up for success. If you're doing the thing, okay, keep all the things I said in mind, but then and also please make sure you just keep as close of a record as possible when you create stuff. Have folders on your computer. Back up your folders of the different iterations of songs that you came with to show that you created it on this platform, so that when there's a problem, you can at least reach out to me and we can have a conversation about how we handle this. I hope that's not you. I hope this doesn't happen. But what I do hope is that you learned something from this video. Okay, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. I'm Top Music Attorney.